Hello, everybody. This is Charismatic Mentor, and today we are focusing on English immersion that is based on the survival skills. That is IELTS section 1. It sounds scary, but generally it takes practice. It takes a lot of listening, a lot of speaking, and a lot of not overthinking. So let's go. So imagine you are sitting. The examiner smiles politely, opens your passport and says, "Let's talk about your hometown." What can be easier, but your brain freezes colder than the Siberian winter. I come from Siberia. That is why I'm going to expand my answer and talk more about some units, phrases that we could use to praise our city and to talk about background. So, don't worry. By the end of this episode, you'll see how to expand your answers, use natural vocabulary, and turn even the most boring hometown, yes, even a place like Surgute in Siberia that sounds boring, into IELTS gold. So, part 1 is just a small talk, 4 to 5 minutes. The examiner asks about everyday topics, your hometown, work, hobbies, food, travel, habits. Here's the key. They don't care about the facts and the truth. They care about your language. And it's not an interrogation. You are not in police station. Relax. Switch on your charisma. It's a small talk disguised as a test. Many students kill their score by answering with one word. Monosyllabic answer. That's what we call it. So, for example, the examiner asks you, "Where are you from?" When a student says Surgute. He's not supposed to ask you why, where, when, and give you some other tips. That's a four-band answer. Now listen to band 7+ answer. I'm from Surgute, which is a remote but modern city in western Siberia. It's mainly known as a hub for the oil and gas industry. The winters are extremely harsh, often -30, but people are surprisingly resilient and used to it. See the difference? 1 word versus 3 full sentences. So the basic formula is your answer, reason, and example. The easiest thing is most IELTS topics are so predictable. Hometown, family, food hobbies. So prepare 5-6 short stories in advance. For example, what is your hometown like? Surgute is surrounded by dense pine forests and the Ob River, which is very wide. It's not the most picturesque city of our country, but it's functional and modern. In summer, the river embankment is full of people walking, cycling, and enjoying the short but warm season. So that's the perfect mini story. Natural, descriptive, and not fully memorized. You are using the cliches that you remember about your city. Pine forests. Ob River, which is wide, surrounded by dense pine forests. Picturesque city, not the most picturesque city. River embankment, full of people walking, cycling. Okay? Sounds good? Don't say my city is cold and boring. Instead, try. It has harsh continental climate and industrial atmosphere, but it's vibrant in its own way. So, harsh continental climate, industrial atmosphere, vibrant in its own way. So let's quickly swap some simple words to more sophisticated. For example, cold can be replaced with harsh, freezing, and subarctic. Boring can be replaced with industrial, functional, resilient. Big can be replaced with spacious, massive, enormous, and our favorite, I like it, could be replaced with I'm really into it. I find it rewarding. I find it cozy. I find it very comfortable. Remember, IELTS wants natural sophistication, not textbook weirdness like my domicile is quite remote. One more thing we all panic about is grammar. Here is the truth. One grammar mistake won't kill you. A long silence will, because time matters, fluency matters. So you have to master using natural fillers like, well, to be honest, that's an interesting question. I've never thought about it, but I'd say, for example, would you like to live in your hometown in the future? Well, to be honest, I'm not sure. Surgute has a very comfortable lifestyle and great service, but the isolation and the long winters can be tough. I might prefer a bigger city eventually, but I'm grateful for where I grew up. So that's actually your fluency examiner is happy. But don't just read questions in your head. Speak, record yourself. And if your IELTS is around the corner, you have to make it your lifestyle. For example, 10 random questions daily. WhatsApp your voice messages with your partner or IELTS buddy. Do you have an IELTS buddy? I hope you do. And of course, mirror practice. Check your confidence and pronunciation. Listen to some kind of abstracts like charismatic manner or some YouTube videos and mirror them. And one more tip is that you need a lot of adjectives, topical adjectives, and it will give you a lot of questions, relevant questions covered. So let's do some quick demo. Do you like your hometown? Yes, I do. Even though Surgute is quite remote and has a harsh climate, I appreciate its resilience and the sense of community. The summers are short but lively, and the city is modern thanks to the oil industry. What changes would you like to see there? I'd like to see more cultural events and entertainment options. Surgute is comfortable in terms of services, but compared to Moscow, it feels a bit isolated. More cultural life would make it perfect. Is your hometown a good place for young people? Yeah, I think so. It has good schools, sports facilities, and is safe. But some young people move away for more opportunities, especially after school graduation. But this is totally understandable. So let's recap. Do not give one-word answers. Prepare mini stories. Upgrade your vocabulary. Focus on fluency, not perfection. And practice smart. And remember, if Surgute in Siberia, a city with minus 30 centigrade winters and Soviet-style apartment blocks, can be turned into an impressive IELTS answer, any place can. Now let's gain more vocabulary. Ужасно холодные зимы. Brutally cold winters. Пронизывающий ветер. Biting wind. Леденящий холод. Piercing cold. Заснеженный пейзаж. Snow-covered landscape. Морозное утро. Frosty mornings. Вечная мерзлота. Permanent frost layer. Короткое, но приятное теплое лето. Short but pleasantly warm summers. Долгие периоды темноты зимой. Long stretches of darkness in winter. Светло почти до полуночи в июне. Daylight almost until midnight in June. Пример. The winters are brutally cold, often with biting winds. Let's get more into city style and architecture descriptions. Промышленный центр. Industrial hub. Нефтяная, столица России. That's my favorite. Oil capital of Russia. Функциональная архитектура. Functional architecture. Утилитарные многоэтажки. Utilitarian apartment blocks. Советские дома, смешанные с современными высотками. Soviet-era housing mixed with modern high-rises. Разветвленная сеть дорог. Expansive road network. Мосты через реку Обь. Bridges spanning the Ob River. Быстрое городское развитие. Rapid urban development. Хорошо спланированная инфраструктура. Well-planned infrastructure. For example, the city is mainly functional in style, with Soviet-era housing and modern high-rises. Let's talk about some nature and surroundings. Бескрайняя тайга. Endless taiga forest. Березы и сосны, уходящие на многие километры. Birch and pine trees, stretching for miles. Чистейшие реки и озера. Pristine rivers and lakes. Болота и топи. Marshlands and swamps. Богатый природными ресурсами. Rich in natural resources. Обширный равнинный ландшафт. Expansive flat landscape. Дикая нетронутая природа. Wild untouched scenery. Суровая, но впечатляющая природная красота. Harsh, but striking natural beauty. Пример. The area is surrounded by endless taiga forest and pristine rivers. So what about our community and lifestyle? Сплоченное сообщество. Tight-knit community. Выносливые и приспосабливающиеся ко всему местные люди. Resilient and adaptable locals. Многонациональная рабочая сила. Multicultural workforce. Относительно молодое население. Relatively young population. Семейно ориентированный образ жизни. Family-oriented lifestyle. Безопасная и упорядоченная среда. Safe and orderly environment. Надеюсь, этот подкаст помог вам понять, как описать ваш родной город, дал вам какую-то лексику и большую уверенность в том, что вы все сможете. С вами был Charismatic Mentor, Survival Skills blog. And this is experimental blog. I would be really happy with your feedback, with your advice, because I have a lot of materials. I can talk about books, series, different types of IELTS preparation, grammar. It's up to you what you want me to record for you, because this is something I'm ready to share and I'm happy to share. Thank you and have a great, great rest of the week.
Can student take your flight on the moment, on the light? Stand up strong, lift your name. This is your time, this is your flame.